Yeah, it happens. Yeah, just let me know if you can get on. Even if not, don't worry about it. We can do it here. All right. Yeah, yeah, it should say Jason, I believe. Here, maybe I can even just send you another invite right now if that's cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, of course. Can I just get your email one more time? So sorry. Can you say it one more time? I was just loading it up first. Yeah. Oh, okay. So just WHYTHEHECKNOT and then at gmail.com. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Awesome. I'll send it right now. Cool, cool. All right, just let me know if you got it there. Hello? Seems like you're muted there. And I'm so sorry. The call ended. I started up this meeting, so it cut me off there. But I hope that's all good with you. Seems like you're muted. Um, don't know if you can hear me right now, but type something in the chat. Oh, awesome. Okay. Can't hear you, mate. You're muted. There should be like a microphone button, like maybe on the
Oh,
bottom left. Okay,
can you hear me
awesome.
now?
Yeah,
Okay,
awesome,
perfect.
awesome.
All
Awesome.
right.
You see me? Everything is that all
I
good on your
do.
side?
I do. Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. So, well, it looks like you booked a call with me to, possibly get some help with, getting more jobs and whatnot. So, that's
Yes.
right, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So, cool. Like, what's the exact outcome that you're like looking around here for?
Well, I hopefully get more business.
Awesome. So, like, so you just want more business, you want more people coming in, right?
Yes, absolutely. Uh, I have a contract with an RV shop. It's an RV. It's called Airway Heights RV. I remove oxidation off of motorhomes, trailers, travel trailers, campers, that sort of thing. So I work for them right now currently, but I don't have a whole lot of personal details. And that's what I would really like to do is to get more people getting their personal cars done.
Okay. So, like, do you offer ceramic coatings, right? Or just detailing? How does it
Yes,
work?
yes, I do. Yes, I do. I offer ceramic coatings. I'm a full service mobile detailing service.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, I know that you're working at that RV shop, everything, but what are you like doing right now to, get more jobs, more leads, so you can get more people and, sell to them? What are you doing right now?
So, unfortunately, I just moved to this area about 8 months ago, and it's hard for me to get my business off the ground because there are so many mobile detailers here. I should have done my geographical research before I moved here, but there's a lot of mobile detailers here. And all of my reviews happen to be over in Eastern Oregon where I moved from.
Oh,
I do have a
okay.
good, I mean, I've got great reviews, and I do have a few reviews from here, just not enough. And I advertise through Facebook mostly, and what's that other one? Facebook and
Instagram.
not Pinterest. Instagram, yes.
Right, right.
Those are the two. And I actually pay them to do advertising, and a lot of it's word of mouth in this area. I mean, it's not so much advertising;
Yeah.
it's more word of mouth than anything, you know. And so, and reviews. The reviews are really important. So, I would just like to get more personal people to get their cars detailed because that's what I love to do. I like to do cars and trucks.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. So like how long have you been doing that? Like the whole like word of mouth ads, everything?
For the last 10 years.
Oh wow. But like specifically just like the whole marketing you're doing, like the outreach, the
Yeah, I had Vistaprint make me a web page at one point, and I paid Vistaprint to make build me a web page. But God, it looks so corny and cheesy. I was just like, I was not impressed at all. And
yeah,
so I stopped paying them for the advertisement, and you know, I mean, that costs $160, and but I don't have my own web page. I mean, I do through Google, but that's just a plain simple web page. So I mean, I don't, I haven't really put too much effort into advertising as I should have been.
right, right. And I know you mentioned that, you just moved here, business is a little slow, but like is it working as of right now or like how is it exactly?
Well, it's not really working. I'm working for somebody. I'm not really self-employed like I had been for the last 10 years,
Right.
because I'm getting a paycheck from a company, and so you know, it's not really working at that point. And I kind of miss what I do because I love detailing, and I'm kind of missing out on that right now.
Right, right. I would too, man, if that was my case. So it's like a sort of yes and a no here. Like you're getting some jobs, but you're also employed, you would say. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, I'm getting some jobs, not too many.
okay. Well, let's start with the positives. Like what do you like about what's happening right now? Like how often are you getting jobs? Maybe how is it going right now?
Well, so my season is just now starting, and I am getting a few phone calls from people for details. It's going slow. I would like it to go a little bit faster, get a little bit more people. So it's starting off pretty slow because I am the new guy in Spokane County, and so you know, I'm not sure where to go from here, because I kind of feel like for one, I don't have the money to advertise like a lot of the detailers here do,
Right.
and so you know, I kind of feel stuck a little bit.
Right, right. And is there like anything you would change then? I saw you just said like I heard you say you want to advertise more because other detailers are probably right. So like is there like anything you would want to do differently? Like maybe do more ads, get more volume, get more people coming into your business, like anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that. I just, you know, again, everything costs money, and
Yeah.
that's just something I don't have right now. You know, my goal, actually, my goal is to get a turn my truck. I've got an F-250 that I pull a cargo trailer with. My goal is to turn that into a flatbed and carry my own water and my own electricity, so I don't have to use anybody's water and electricity.
Yeah,
That's what my
that
goal is. You know, it's a long ways off right now, I think.
it's always a work in progress, but it can happen. It can happen any day, right? That's actually awesome. I just bought a F-150, a Raptor, so that's always awesome. Nice
Yeah,
truck,
well,
man. But
I can't quite afford one of those. Mine's a 2002 F-250, you know, that I got from my grandfather. It's a great truck, but you know,
yeah.
it's an old truck.
Hey, it works. It's nothing that big of a deal, but that's awesome. So how many leads are you getting like every so often? Like in a week, how many leads are you getting, would you say?
Probably anywhere from 4 to 6.
4 to 6? Okay. And
Yeah.
why do you feel that is? Like, should there be more or less? Like,
Oh God, there should be a lot more. I mean, I in the last 10 years when I first started, I mean, my leads were like anywhere from 20 to 40 a week. And so I kind of want to get back there. And of course, I can't keep up with all of that because I'm just by myself. I usually hire a couple of guys in the summertime to help me out, but it's just me. And so, you know, it's hard for me to keep up with something of that, you know, that many leads. So, you know, but that would be ideal.
Right, right. So like the basically the leads are a little bit inconsistent right now. So, what do you think that's like doing on your business? The margins, you being able to hire people and scale, like you said, right? What effect is that having?
Well, it's having a huge effect because for one, I can't afford to hire anybody.
Yeah.
So the first 3 years I was in business, I was making 70,000 a year just from my business. And
Oh,
so I would like to get back to that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and like how long would you say, it's been like this? I know you just moved, so like how long has it been like low, not many leads coming in? How long?
I had a tragedy in my life then 3 years ago, and so it's been 3 years because I've been trying to bounce back from that, and so it's been pretty tough, and so I think now that I'm kind of have accepted everything that has happened, I'm ready to get back in there and really force myself, if you will, on people and jobs, to try to get their business.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I'm so sorry to hear about that. I'm not gonna get into the details. I don't want to hit a, soft spot there, but I
I
hope
know
everything is well at home, everything is good in your life, man. But
yeah, everything's good right now.
that's good to hear. But
But
yeah,
thank you, I appreciate it.
of course, of course. But like you said, it's been 3 years now, so it's that could be trouble if that keeps going on for like another year even. So, um, why did you even want to actually hop on this call right now? You could totally, it seems like you've done this before. You made 70 grand, potentially in the last couple of years, whatever. What made you actually hop on this call now?
Because I think that we could help each other. Maybe it's an opportunity that I didn't have before. Maybe it's a door that has opened that I've never had before. So that's why I decided to take the call.
Awesome. Okay. So, let's say we are able to actually get you more leads consistently, like, upwards of 50 maybe. Where would you like the monthly revenue to be at if you could, maybe say like 3 months from now? Like, what would your monthly revenue would you like it to be?
You know, I was pretty darn comfortable with anywhere from eight to $10,000 a month, and
Yeah.
so that's kind of where I would like to be because I mean it's a comfortable life. I mean it's I get it. My products I can get it, anytime I wanted to and not having to spend my last $20 on something if I had to, and I've
Yeah.
done that lots of times. So, I just want my revenue to be where it was when I first started, and that's anywhere from 8 to 10,000 a month.
Okay. And that's a good goal, man. But just to see the gap exactly here now. So, like, what are you currently making right now so we can see the difference?
So I'm making right now I'm making anywhere from maybe 2,800 to 4,500 a month, which is a considerable drop. And so, but like I said, when I've been through a major tragedy, so I've been okay with that because I've just been, it's just kind of been mellow and quiet, and I guess that's kind of what I needed at that time. But like I said, I'm ready to go back in
Yeah.
and just force myself on people if I have to.
Whatever it takes, right? But yeah, so
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So before, you started talking to me, besides word of mouth, ads, everything that you're running, your Google website, everything, were you looking for any other ways to get more leads so you can hit like that 10 grand a month mark, or what have you been doing?
Honestly, nothing. I had taken a job not too long ago. Well, before the Airway Heights RV, and just a regular job, and I hadn't worked anybody for 10 years, and it was really tough to take orders from somebody after
Yeah,
being self-employed for 10 years. So that job didn't work out quite well as I expected it to.
yeah.
And so I really haven't been doing all that much, quite frankly. I just kind of just been taking it easy and just kind of recovering from what had happened in my life. So, but so I haven't really been doing a whole lot.
Right, right. And I noticed that, you said you've been recovering from everything, your tragedy, everything, work, everything, it's getting better, right? So how are things, different now, would you say?
Well, I'm kind of just ready to move on and move on to bigger and better things, I guess, for my business. I mean, it was at one point where I wanted to just sell everything, my truck, my trailer, my products, everything. I just wanted to get rid of it because I just felt like my energy was gone, and not because of my anything wrong with me, but what I was going through. And so, but I realized, and my mom had she's the one that kind of told me. She said, "Son," she goes, "Don't give up what you love to do." So
Yeah.
and so that's why I still have everything. I haven't sold everything. I hadn't sold anything. So I'm just, I've gotten over mostly for what had happened. So I'm ready to make that change again and to dive back in there and start kind of fresh.
Okay, that's awesome. So let's do this because I want to make sure, what we do would actually work for you now. So, besides just more leads and getting you more business, what are you sort of looking for in like a potential partner to help you grow your business? And, like what would your like ideal criteria be like about, me? How would you want me to be around you so we can communicate good? How would you want that to be?
Well, I mean, you just hit the nail right on the head there. I mean, good communication for one. I had I don't know, maybe 7, 8 years ago, I had somebody that wanted to be my partner, and I was giving him a chance to be my partner. He had the same setup as I did,
Right.
truck, trailer, all the equipment and everything, and we were going to join forces. Well, he started taking jobs, behind my back, and that just doesn't work. And so, good communication for one. And I think that if the communication is there and the trust is going to be there, um, I just kind of feel that if I was to be partners with somebody or something, if you will, that it's important to communicate everything as far as the business goes and our customers.
You nailed it. Yeah, you nailed it. Exactly what I'm thinking. So, let's just say that we do end up helping you with the leads, keep you updated and, so on, just good communication. So you can actually hit that 8 to 10 grand a month mark. And, what would that extra revenue allow you to do that you can't really do right now on your own? So aside from growing your business, what would that extra revenue do for you?
Yeah, well, I can turn my truck into a flatbed and get a water tank and a nice big generator and start doing what I've always wanted to do. Maybe even get a bigger truck.
Yeah,
That's
that'd
that's
be,
what it would do,
yeah,
and advertise a whole lot more than I am right now.
that's awesome. And, how would that, like, if you could, upgrade your truck, everything, your business, even more on ads, everything, how would that affect you, like your working hours? Would you have to work less, you think?
I'm a workaholic to begin with. So even if I had employees, I would probably be there until they were done anyways. I just know myself, and I'm a workaholic. When it comes to detailing, I've got an eye for detail, and I want everything to be perfect before my customers even see it. So I would be there until the end, until it was complete, until the customers came and picked the car up or the truck up or whatever we were detailing at that point.
Yeah, you're just like me. I mean, I don't know. Are you single? I don't know.
I am single. Yes,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
single.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say like you're workaholic. Do you have kids or anyone you want to see? Like I was just wondering,
Well, my kids are grown. Both my kids are adults.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, and so yeah, I mean, and the tragedy in my life is my partner passed away 3 years ago. So that was the tragedy. And and like I said, I'm pretty much over it. I've accepted it, and life happens.
Right, right. And I totally understand. I'm so sorry once again about that. So, um, yeah, I mean, I'll just make a little proposal here. So like, let's say like you were able to just come home one day and you have this lavish, business, everything is running well, you're doing fancy cars, detailing everything. So how would it feel to be able to be that guy now?
Oh my God. It's something that I've always wanted to do is I guess to be that guy that guy that has a great detail shop and has a great reputation, and um, it's what I'm working for. It's
Yeah.
what I'm aiming for. Up until the point that from 3 years ago, it's what my goal was, and it still is. I can see that light at the end of the tunnel again, at one point it was just black, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Hmm.
But now that I can see that light at the end of the tunnel, and I just kind of want to reach for it and keep reaching for it until that happens.
Right, right. And with the current marketing systems you have in place right now, like the word of mouth ads, everything, how close are you actually, how close are you actually to being that guy?
Well, the light in the tunnel is still a little dot down there. So
Yeah.
if that answers your question.
All right, all right. And why do you believe that is? Just a deep, deep answer from here.
Financial reasons. I'm not making a whole lot of money right now. I mean, I'm not where I was once. And so yeah, I mean, a lot of it has to do with financial and customer base. I don't have the customers. I'm like I said, and I'm new to the area. And there are retailers that been here a lot longer than I have. So I mean, it just it seems a little far fetched right now, but it's getting better.
That's good. That's good to hear. But so like what would happen if you don't actually, build that business you've been longing for, from the previous years you've been working and this whole problem of like not getting enough jobs, enough leads happens for like another, I don't know, 3 years or maybe 5 years. Like what would happen if that kept happening?
Oh, I'd probably go dig a hole in my backyard and just sit in it until somebody found me.
That's a good one.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't. I have expectations, but I don't have huge expectations. Happens. That's kind of how I feel, and I just kind of play everything by ear. If good things happen, then they will. I mean, I'm a good person, and good things happen to good people. And so,
Exactly.
if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. I'm okay with that. I mean, I've still got my kids, and I've still got my grandkids, and so I would still be okay with that. But I'm still going to aim for the stars to make my business a lot bigger and better than what it is now.
That's awesome. So, um, but like, hey, you don't have to do something about this right now, right? You can, like I said earlier, you can totally push it off for another day, a week, a year, a month, even. That's what most people do and most people will.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I'm like I said, I'm just I don't want to have to push. I don't like put things on the back burner if I don't have to. If the opportunity is there, I'm going to take it. Um, if it's unrealistic, I mean, I'm a realist. If it's unrealistic, then I'll take a step back and take a closer look at it, and then maybe go with a different option or a different plan.
yeah, that's awesome. That's a good, mindset. But like well, based on what you told me here, what we do would work. So if you want, I can just like really quickly walk you through what we do exactly and how we do it and help you get to that 8 to 10 grand mark a month goal and be able to help you grow that business and whatnot. So would that help?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay, I'll just go ahead and go through it. So, the first thing we'll actually do for you when you're working with us is the implementation process. So that takes about 12 weeks. And that first initial day, once you get working with us, we'll actually implement done for you lead generation. So, because you know how you were saying you're getting not enough leads and, maybe the quality isn't that good either. And that might be stressing you out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit it does, sure.
Yeah, so like what we'll do is we'll launch ads in your local area and let me actually just show you if that's cool with you. I can show you right here. I'll share my
Okay,
screen if it just lets me. So like can you see my screen?
I can.
Awesome
Well,
here.
yeah, now I can.
Yeah, yeah. This is one of the ads I'm running for my clients. He's in Canada, so just be aware of that. He's in a different location, but this is what it looks like if you can see.
Yeah, I can see it.
You get the point, right? I hope you can hear the audio.
Yeah.
Could you?
I couldn't hear the audio, and
Oh,
let me grab my glasses real quick because I can't even see the little letters there. Um, and
oh,
see what happens.
yeah, yeah, it's just text. It's just like narrating what's happening in the video.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I
Um,
can send it to you later. You don't have to worry about it right now. It's totally
okay.
cool.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No. I get the gist of it though. Yeah. That would be great.
Yeah, yeah. I thought like it'd just
So
be a good. Sorry, what?
Where would these ads go?
Yeah, yeah. So like yeah, you're familiar with Facebook, Instagram, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we basically posted on there and like I just showed you, it would look like that. So whenever someone's scrolling, as you know, they would just see that on Facebook or Instagram. And we
Okay.
can actually target specifically people that actually are looking for ceramic coatings or even detailing. Like that last that I just showed you, that was for specifically detailing, but we can do that for
Yeah.
coatings. And we can target people who have money, have good credit scores, and even within the, usually the first like 7 days, we'll get the ads launched and we'll start getting like let me just say it, like there's a shit ton of leads they'll get you
Yeah.
within like the first day. So does that all make sense to you?
Yeah, absolutely it does.
Awesome. And what's your thoughts on that? Like where are you at?
Well, I mean, no, that would be fantastic. I just what the thing that what comes to mind first would be overload
Right.
for myself because, like I said, I'm by myself. I do hire a couple of guys in the summertime. I just don't want to get overloaded and not be able to do a job once they're scheduled. But like I said, I'm a workaholic, so you know, yeah, I guess that would be my only worry, really.
Yeah, and like I totally understand. We can always work with your schedule, everything. We can turn off the
Yeah.
ads. We had to do that one time. So much business for this one client of ours. We just fully turned off the ads for like a week. So like,
Well, that would be fantastic.
yeah. Yeah, I
There's
mean,
so much business. But I'm no spring chicken these days. I started detailing 30 years ago, and I'm 55 years old. But I can still keep up with probably the best 19-year-olds detailing.
oh, I
Um,
believe you that
I've been doing it a
experience,
long
right?
time. I've got a lot of experience. I've been doing it a long time. So I'm a hard worker, and I'm super fast at what I do. But I just don't want to get overloaded if it can be helped.
Right, right. And I'll just go ahead and finish up everything else that we provide. So, yeah, so once we start getting those leads that start, coming in every day or so on, the next thing we implement is done for you lead qualification because you know how some leads, they don't always actually want to end up buying from you and whatnot. Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah, I've gotten lots of that in the past.
yeah, exactly. You're familiar. So that's because, like just as you mentioned here, sometimes like the leads get contacted like super late, 2 hours later, you might contact the lead, or, maybe they're just not even interested. They're not being targeted correctly. These are like super uninterested people. So, um, now you're running a business, right? And you got a million and one things to do, all these codings and everything. So how are you going to contact these leads within 5 minutes and actually make sure they're good quality?
How would I contact them?
Yeah, like how would you? You got so much stuff to do. Like how would you actually contact them?
Well, and that's kind of where good communication comes in, I suppose.
Right.
I mean, I mean, communication is the key, especially when it comes to your customers. They're going to want to know exactly what's going on when they're going to be done, when you're going to get their car back. You know, so yeah, and I've learned that throughout the years, that and kind of the hard way sometimes. But good communication is the key when it comes to the business and communicating with your customers, especially.
Right. And that's like a good reason, you got to be communicative, everything, get those leads quality and
Yeah.
whatnot. So actually, instead of you even having to worry about contacting them, what we'll actually do is we'll automatically contact the leads within 1 minute. So right when they get out, we'll contact them automatically, reaching out. So, our team qualifies the leads for you. So you are mainly just speaking to qualified prospects here with intent and people who are just genuinely interested. So no time wasters, tire kickers, none of that bullshit. You with
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah. I got
Yeah.
lots. I get lots of those. I get a lot of calls for details that people that are interested in
Yeah.
details. But and they'll call me back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty priced comparably with everybody else. I've actually had to lower my prices moving here
Oh, okay.
just because there's so many detailers.
Right.
So that was kind of a kick in the gut right there in itself. So I know
Yeah.
what kind of
Yeah.
work I do. I know what kind of quality work that I do. So lowering my prices was a real blow. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it seems like you feel like, that's like totally good for you, right? It's like, how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, it kind of pisses me off, really.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm talking about like, how do you feel about us qualifying them before, how do you feel like about that?
Oh God, that would be fantastic. I mean, that way I know that they're right there, they're on the table, they're ready to go, and it's that would be great. That's
Yeah.
something I've never really had to deal with.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
other than my regular customers making appointments.
Right, right. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, the third thing we would actually implement now in the final thing is it's called a database reactivation campaign. Basically, let's say your team has an appointment with a prospect, a potential sale who wants a ceramic coating, and they don't end up going through with it. They just say, "Hey, call me back later," whatever, whatever. It leaves you thinking like, what do you do with that lead? So. We've all heard the
Yeah,
saying like, yeah, yeah, we've all heard that saying like fortunes are in the follow-ups. But you know, how many jobs a month do you feel you're leaving on the table because the leads are not being followed up with properly now? So like how many
right.
would that be for you? Like when you were in your prime time, like how many people would say call me back and they never bought from you?
Got a call. I would say, not very many.
Not very many. Oh, okay. That's
Not very
different.
many. I lived in a pretty small community when I started up my business, and I mean I'm talking to probably about 5,500 people, and they kept me busy for almost 8 years. I mean,
Oh,
day after day after day after day, and so I never missed anybody hardly. I would say at maybe 2% at tops. I would totally space off, maybe not call, but not very many at all. I would take anything and everything when it comes to detailing, and I detailed anything from farm equipment to heavy equipment to motorcycles to RVs to anything,
yeah.
and I took everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's. I'm glad to hear that because most people, like I heard you say 2%. Maybe that's like one or two people. I'm guessing for you, like every month.
Yeah, one or two people tops. And the thing about the community where I lived is they would be on the horn calling me back saying, "Hey, are
Oh,
you going to come do this or not?"
yeah.
So yeah, I'm not very many, especially when the first 3 years when I was doing 70,000 plus a year. I hardly missed but then again I had a brick and mortar as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, yeah, yeah. It seems like you're doing fairly well, but that might even be just something as little as like an extra 1 grand you're leaving on the table. I mean, I know they call you back, but potentially it could totally be just like
yeah,
another grand being left on the table. And so,
sure.
every month that's a grand you're just leaving behind. And so that's
Oh
why,
yeah,
yeah, we just automatically contact them for you, like, in case they don't close. So like, if you have an appointment with them, you have a call, whatever, and they don't close, we will automatically follow up with them regularly to requalify them. So you can get those few extra jobs over the line each month and so on. So it
yeah.
just help you even more. So how do you feel about that?
That would be great. I've never really wanted to miss anybody. And that's why I always took everything. So and it's kind of upsetting when I do miss somebody, and it does happen from time to time. But you know, it you know, it, very rarely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, that's good to hear.
So
But yeah. So with like whatever, well, sorry, what I did, what I did lay out here. So do you feel like everything that I explained here could help you go from where you're at now to where you're wanting to go, like 8 to 10 grand a month?
oh well, yeah, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't, especially if you're doing all the legwork for me.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
you know, so I mean that cuts the time like right in half, if not more. Advertising is a daunting process for me because for one, I'm not that smart, you know, and
yeah,
so I hate doing homework,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
Oh,
homework to me.
same, same. I'm
You
always a
know,
workaholic. I don't like doing the back end
yeah, I mean, I
garbage.
would rather be in there getting my hands dirty and not have to fill out paperwork, and so that's why I hate, that's why I hire an accountant to do my taxes, you know.
Straight up. Yep.
So,
That's exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Well, I don't really have anything else to go over with you here. So I'll go over the price real quick. So the funds to actually, that are required for us to implement all of this into your business, it's going to be um, $30 every day spent on advertisements. And we're going to go ahead and lock in a contract for 3 months. And it's going to be for 4,500 American. So
okay.
where do you want to go from here?
Whew, that's about what I have in my savings.
Well, best part is if we don't make it work, it's a full guarantee on the contract, everything. I'm not here to bullshit you. So, yeah.
Um, you know, I I mean, it all sounds great, and that's exactly kind of what I need as like a liaison between me and that customers, because I mean, I like dealing with my customers, but then I don't like the paperwork that deals with my customers, if you know
Yeah.
what I mean. I absolutely hate it, and so my partner did that for me. So I mean, I would love to I live in a big area now. I think there's enough people for all of us, not
Yeah,
just
it's big city, right?
it is.
Eugene, Salem, everywhere, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm quite a ways away from Eugene, but I mean, I'm in
Oh,
Spokane, Washington.
oh, right, you
Um,
said that, yeah.
yeah, I'm in Spokane, Washington. So, it's I mean, I guess it's not huge, but 400,000 plus people. I mean, there's enough people for everybody.
There's a
You know,
market for sure, yeah.
yeah, for sure there is. Boy, and right now, like I said, I mean, that seems like a whole lot of money because that's all I have.
Right. Yeah, no worries, man. Like, yeah, money aside, do you feel like this could help you go, from where you're at now to where you want to go?
Absolutely. I mean, it all sounds good. I'm not sure. I haven't really done my homework on you or your company, so I'm not really sure what.
Yeah.
you know, Hell, you could
Right.
just take my money and say, okay, thanks, bye. I don't
Right.
know. I haven't really done my own research on it, so. But I would like to at least give a chance to do that before I sign anything.
Of course, yeah. So, it's just more about the upfront amount, right? So, what if we could actually break that into more digestible chunks? Would that make it any easier for you?
No,
No? Oh,
no,
okay.
because it's all going to the same thing. It's all going to add up to the same thing.
But
Um,
you have to think about it, right? We're gonna be making you money alongside, and you're not gonna have to pay the full upfront. You'll only have to pay a third of it. So 1,500 every month for 30 days, like every month, 1,500 instead of 4,500 every, right now. So, we can break that into three chunks, 1,500, three chunks. And alongside that, you can also start making money with us and we can run the ads, everything smoothly right away. Just depends how
so
you'd like to pay.
when you say right away, um, what's the first thing that you do?
Right
Say
after
I sent you
this,
$1,500. Say I sent you $1,500 right now. What would be the very first thing that you do
I'd make you sign a
for my
contract.
company?
Well, first thing
Okay,
I'd do,
no,
yeah.
I'm talking about advertising and things of that nature.
Right, right. So I'd first things first is we'll book another call right after this if we go through with it, and I'll basically onboard you onto my application. It's an app on your phone you can download that makes it so goddamn easy to track the leads, and we'll start running you ads. We'll get you a lot of leads. Like if we spend 30 a day, I'm thinking like maybe 20 to 30 leads. I'll be realistic. It's just starting off. I'll say 20 leads every day right away
Mhm.
like when the
Okay.
first like 24 hours, we'll get you on board on our app so you can close jobs literally the moment you get on with us. So, at 1,500, you'll get that back easy. One like
So,
three or
well,
four
sure,
jobs.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, what there? But there's really no guarantee that these 20 leads, I'm going to get all 20 of them.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no guarantee at all. This is like completely
Right.
dependent
Right.
on, it's
On
basically
me.
yeah, yeah. If you believe you can do this, this will have it'll have 100% success rate is what I mean, but it's just dependent on you. So let me ask you, do you feel like you can close leads, get people to buy your services?
Absolutely, I can.
Awesome. So like, what's really stopping you then from working with us now?
I get, and to be honest, I guess just jumping in there full force like that is a little scary. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I
and
mean,
yeah,
you
I
know,
totally understand. Actually, I even gave you a discount. I didn't mention it because it doesn't really matter, but normally I charge 6 grand up front, but I find that people who make decisions on the spot, they're oftentimes, the kind of people, they put their mouth where their money is. So they end up actually doing really successful with us. So that's why I offered 4,500, not even
sure.
6 grand. So
Yeah. Well,
that's,
I appreciate that. That's
yeah,
great. I appreciate that.
yeah.
Um, I just I've got some reservations about this, and I I guess and it's not about the money at all, because I have that, and so um, I just have some reservations about it, and I kind of want to do a little bit of my own research on exactly, um, how you get the leads, and where you get the leads from, and who you target, and are these people, are they forced into, I guess I'm not really understanding how, it all works on your end, and I kind of want to research that a little bit, because um, I'm not about, I don't want to, force people on getting something that they really didn't want to begin with, and so um, I just want to make sure that my customers are happy, and that I'm being an honest company, and you're being an honest person as well. So so those are my reservations.
Yeah. Yeah, and I totally get where you're coming from. We just met, right? It's nothing too serious right now. We just met, but yeah, I just wanted to
Sure.
ask you, what do you value more? So, do you value like money or time more?
My time.
Why
For
time?
sure, my time. Yeah, because I don't always have time to spend with my grandkids, and I want more time to spend with my grandkids.
Exactly.
Money's not going to buy me time.
Right. So, if the time is gone, it's gone forever, right? So, how much more of it are you going to be willing to waste researching and everything on this stuff?
Well, I wouldn't actually call it wasting. I'm doing my research because it's going to make me feel positive about the situation and not, have reservations about it. Um, I've run an honest business for the last 10 years, and I have honest pricing, and I do honest work. I just want to make sure that everything is on the up and up, and that I don't have no regrets going in on this.
Right, right. And I mean, you don't have to, waste your time. I mean, and that's not wasting, I guess, right? But, you can just be like Rambo, go out there, hope and spray, and, something works, right? You got time, right?
Well, sure, I got time. Well, nobody's ever guaranteed time, but um, I I've never been a Rambo fan, and so and so I guess I would have to be, you know, that's a scary move. That's a scary move for me, and so yeah,
Right. Yeah. So
you
what
know.
do you feel you need to do then so